But like, what are the larger sort of effects that we're trying to avert here?
So I spend a lot of my time working on permafrost in the Arctic. So that's permanently frozen ground, or we say permanently frozen. It technically is defined as ground that's been frozen for 2 or more years consecutively. In practice, most of it's been frozen for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and it's starting to thaw now. But let me give you a few numbers. As a scientist, I'll throw a few numbers out to put the permafrost issue in perspective. So in the atmosphere right now, there are about 850 billion tons of carbon. 850 billion tons. That's a really hard number to wrap your head around, but I'll give some other numbers for comparison. I'll also say that's about a 43% increase in carbon in the atmosphere since the start of the pre-industrial. So human activities have put a lot of carbon in the atmosphere. All the vegetation on Earth, so it's mainly forests where the carbon is, but all the vegetation on Earth has around 500 billion tons. So 850 billion tons in the atmosphere, 500 in forests or in vegetation. In fossil fuels left in the ground that we could pull out should we decide to go that route, so talking about coal, oil, and natural gas, there are around 1,200 billion tons. So 850 in the atmosphere, 500 vegetation, 1,200 fossil fuels. And permafrost is a thing that we don't think too much about when we're thinking about climate change usually. They're about 1,500 billion tons. So 3 times more than all the vegetation on Earth. It's twice as much as in the atmosphere, roughly. It's built up over the last many thousands of years. The permafrost of the Arctic has slowly accumulated carbon. And now as we're turning up the temperature, essentially we're turning a freezer into a refrigerator, and we're starting to lose some of that carbon. And that can make it really difficult to control climate change.